is Jessie, and I do perfume reviews in ASMR format. So if you like perfume, and also if you like ASMR, you are in a good place for our video today. Okay, so today I am reviewing, this is by the brand Banana Republic, and it's called 90 Pure White. As you can see, it's in this rectangular bottle, pretty simple. It's got this kind of dark gray top. Yeah, pretty kind of classic, minimalist, modern type of bottle. The label on my bottle is a little bit weathered. I actually got this on Mercari from a seller, I think with 2 other fragrances, super cheap for the bundle of 3, so I got a really good deal on this. I think this fragrance may actually be discontinued, but you can definitely find it online, and I just checked and you can find it for not that expensive, so even if it is discontinued, you can still find it as of now. This fragrance is marketed for men and women, and it definitely, I would say it is kind of unisex vibe, so I happened to be wearing gray today, so even though this is called Pure White, I'm not wearing white. I'm wearing gray, and I thought that the gray kind of worked as well, as we've got this gray top here, but this fragrance doesn't come across to me like the smell. I wouldn't necessarily describe as white anyway. I feel like gray kind of works in my mind, at least. So I've got this gray dress, and then I've got little gray or silver heart earrings. So that's the look to match today's perfume. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this a spray, and then I'll walk through the main accords and the notes with you all and let you know my thoughts on the scent. By the way, this is a fragrance that I own in my collection, which tells you that I like it, because I only own fragrances that I really do enjoy. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a spray. Today we have the Ladies Smock. I have not heard of this flower, Ladies Smock. Have you guys heard of Ladies Smock flower? Looks like it's kind of like purple or blue. Okay, so spray. I don't love the atomizer because I had to push kind of hard, but that is okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna give this a moment, let it dry down. Okay, but what I am smelling is, I really like this fragrance. What I'm smelling is a nice kind of soft musky cloud that I would say has kind of natural citrusy green nuances. So it's nice because it has kind of a freshness to it, but it's not at all sharp or super bright, because the musk really kind of grounds it and makes it more fluffy and diffuse. It definitely comes through as unisex to me, and it's fairly light. It's a bit of a skin scent, like it's not just a straight up musk with like nothing, like it has more elements to it than like a very basic musky skin scent, but it's pretty minimalistic. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read the main accords that we have listed on Fragrantica.com. Okay, so first we have citrus, musky, green, aromatic, fresh spicy, It's more toned down, it's more natural. I don't know, it's very cozy, it's friendly to me. And it almost has a warmth to it. That's what I like about it, is that even though it has the kind of freshness from the like green aromatic citrus notes, it's got a lot of musk and it's got like a warmth to it. I don't know how to explain. So yeah, next I'm gonna go ahead and read the notes that we have listed for this fragrance. So, okay, so we have 3 top notes, and they are green tea, grapefruit, and bergamot. So I'm definitely getting the tea note. I think the tea also kind of helps round it out and make it almost a little warm, but in like a green way. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm getting that kind of green tea vibe. And then I'm definitely getting the citrus notes. It's hard to say like if it's more bergamot or grapefruit, but I'm getting citrus. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, for our middle notes we have violet leaf, lavender, and jasmine. So violet leaf is like, I assume, kind of like a powdery green, which I feel like I'm kind of getting that vibe. Lavender, I wouldn't say I'm getting specifically, but I could see that being part of this kind of aromatic blend. Jasmine, I'm really not picking up on, like I don't really get any floral from this. So if it's there, I guess, but it's there very faintly for me. Okay, and then lastly, for our base notes, we've got 3 base notes. They are musk, vetiver, and amber. I'm definitely getting musk. I feel like I'm getting the vetiver. It's kind of like a slightly dry, woody, grassy, natural type vibe. Amber, maybe just a touch of that somewhere, which is giving kind of like a warmth to this. So to recap what I mostly get from this fragrance, I would say the musk, the green tea, the vetiver, and the citruses. That's mostly what I'm getting. Natural, fresh, but also very soft, warm, fuzzy. That's what I'm getting. So I'm going to show the votes. Other users on Fragrantica say they're getting, firstly, the musk, green tea, grapefruit, bergamot, violet leaf, vetiver, and then that's, yeah, the other 3 notes after that. So pretty similar to what I'm getting. Yeah. So I do really like this fragrance. If you can find a sample of it, that might be the way to go. I'm gonna go ahead and read some other statistics on this fragrance, but actually first, let's go ahead. I just want to touch briefly on the other Banana Republic fragrance that I have. This one is called Modern, and this is the Modern Woman version. So for women, it's the only other Banana Republic fragrance that I own, so I thought I would just touch on it briefly. It's in this fun bottle, as you can see, has lines going this way on this side and then going this way on this side. So it kind of creates this like square patchwork. But anyway, this fragrance I do like. I found it for $10 at some store like Ross or TJ Maxx. So very cheap, very, very affordable. This fragrance does not have great longevity. It's not super strong. I feel like it's like a spritz and maybe respritz every couple hours or whatever. But you can do that because it's cheap. So this to me is like a very fresh, fruity floral, but in like almost a tart way. It's not sweet, which works well for me because I often don't necessarily want to smell that sweet. I mean, sometimes I do, but I like this because it's very like fresh tart, almost kind of got like, I think there's a green apple note that I feel like is really coming through. Yeah, well, it just says apple, but to me I interpret it as green apple. So yeah, I'm not going to go through the notes on this, but just the impression that it gives is a kind of a fresh, tart, fruity floral. Yeah, like very much springtime vibes, I would say, or summer, but it's not summery in the tropical way or the like juicy sweet fruit way. It's like it would be a good complement for summer if it's like really hot and you want something light and fresh. I feel like this would also be good for the workplace. I mean, both of these I would say would be good for the workplace. This one I would say would be good for the workplace because it's not very sweet. So I feel like if you're wearing a perfume that's like super sweet in the workplace, it might be a little bit too like sexy or attention grabbing. I mean, you do you, but you know what I mean? That's like, personally, I wouldn't wear something too sweet in the workplace because it's like, you know, it's just a little bit too alluring. Maybe this is not sweet, so it comes off as more professional, clean, fresh. And then this one I feel is good in the workplace because it's subtle, it's fresh, it's light, somewhat natural, musky, you know, kind of a slightly elevated skin scent. So yeah, so that is Modern Woman by Banana Republic. Okay, and then back to 90 Pure White. So on Fragrantica.com, this has good ratings. It has a rating of 4.07 out of 5 with just over 400 votes. So people do like it. They rate it pretty well, but it doesn't have a bunch of votes. So it's not super well known, I guess. It was launched in 2017, so it's been around for a few years, that's for sure. And looking at some other statistics, or you know, that Fragrantica.com has collected, people say that the longevity is decent but not great, like a 4 out of 10. It's been a bit since I've worn this. I do remember it hanging around for a little bit, but overall it's a very subtle scent to begin with, so I feel like if you really want to smell it, you have to spray quite a bit. People are saying that the sillage is definitely on the intimate side. I agree. It's a very subtle scent. It's much more close to the body, so if you like that, or if you're in an environment where you need a more subdued scent, this is a good one for you. Gender, people are rating it as like super unisex. I agree, very unisex. Okay, and then let's go ahead and finish up by just reading a few reviews. Okay, somebody says, absolutely zero resemblance to Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. Is my head going? I'm not sure what they mean by that. Please stop this. This smells like a new store with new clothes or a pair of suede shoes. It's like, it smells very cheap. Could be used as a toilet spray. So that person does not like this fragrance, and they think it smells cheap, and they think it does not smell like Bal d'Afrique. This does have some of the same notes as the fragrance Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. So I could see how it's kind of in that vein, but obviously not like totally the same. Okay, let's read another review. Somebody says, this smells to me like an updated CK1. Light, clean, citrus, lavender, musk, combining to make an altogether pleasing fragrance. Has longevity issues, but for a $20 freshie, I can't fault it too much. Reapply as often as needed. So it's been a really long time since I've smelled CK1, but from what I recall, that fragrance is definitely fresher. It's like less musky. This is pretty musky, fuzzy, cloudy, and I recall that CK1 is much more like fresh. It might have some musk in it, but it's not quite as musky, you know. So that's what I would say about that. But I can see that there's some resemblance, kind of like they're saying. Okay, let's read one more review. Someone says, the tale of most Banana Republic fragrances is that they smell good, but they don't last. 90 Pure White is no exception. It's a perfect warm weather scent, which suffers from poor performance. This fragrance has a subtle citrus accord, which is beautiful. I found this at the right price. I got 2 bottles and I overspray it. It's all good, but the performance is 3 hours at best. Yeah, I don't have enough experience with Banana Republic fragrances